Colton, he's a headhunter. He wants to get out there and be just as rough and tough as everybody else. 4 years of age, he started playing baseball. Everybody said, play up on the little guy.
Every time he would get up to bat, the team would move in on him.
He just shook his head, and when they played up on him, he blasted the ball out into left field. Colton actually in his first wrestling meet won it. I think he finished 6th in the state, but baseball is life. Eat, sleep, drink, it's baseball time. He plays with bigger kids. He's not as scared of anything. A baseball coming 90 miles an hour at him, he wouldn't be scared of.
He's just a go-getter. He's a fighter. He's from birth until, that's all he knows to do is to be a fighter because he's went through so much.
He spent 132 days of his first year in the hospital.
I think I needed a kidney. I was in the hospital and I almost died there.
It was about 10 weeks. He was about 10 weeks old, healthy up until then.
One day I'm at work and she calls and says he's turning blue on me. She's on the line with somebody doing CPR on him, helping resuscitate him to get him over to Children's Hospital.
He was swollen, and you couldn't even recognize him.
He's got fluid that's building on his lungs. He's going into heart failure. The doctor at Children's Hospital had already told Christy that we're not sure he's going to make it. We would rather have that up front than somebody tell us something false.
They had all of these doctors around the bed, and of course I'm in tears, and I'm like, what is wrong with my baby? We think this is congenital nephrotic syndrome. They're going to do some more genetic testing.
I believe it's 1 in 3 million children at the time, and so you can imagine I'm driving down the road losing it. We had to accept in that moment, in those hours, that there possibly could be, we wouldn't take him home with us. At that moment, we knew Children's of Alabama was where he needed to be. We said we can lose everything we have in life, but as long as we have our family, that's all we cared about.
So my dad helped me, and so he gave me his kidney in the hospital. It helped me stay alive.
And the doctor said coming from their parent, there's a pretty good chance he'll have it for 20 or 25 years. I remember growing up, that was my favorite time, right? You play your sports, you're most active, you're climbing trees, you're doing all those things that kids, and you don't want other kids to see you as anything different, right? That's what I wanted to give him. And you watch him today, that's what you get, right?
They had to cut open my whole entire belly, and they had to cut open his so they can put the kidney into my belly and take one of his out and put it in my belly because I had 0 kidneys by then. And then he only has one and I only have one.
Of course, it is my kidney, so now we call it the golden kidney.
He came out from the surgery, and he was literally up in his bed. They were having to tell him sit down, sit down. Ended up pulling his breathing tube out himself. He was done. He started producing urine right off the bat. From day one, he's had to be a fighter, and so he's not giving up on anything that he does.
But I did offer up to Colton, because he does have that golden kidney that started working immediately, that it will have a burial service at some point in its life, if it ever comes back out. So. What's been amazing with being a store manager for Walmart has been the associates that start going through those trials. If you start really talking to your associates and knowing who your associates are, 50% of them possibly know somebody, if not higher, that have been impacted by Children's Hospital. Walmart has raised $1 billion. But then in the back of your mind you go, what's next? We can't stop here. And that's the biggest message, that if I could give it out to everybody with Walmart stores, now's the time. We've got to continue to help support this great cause with Children's Miracle Network.